Good evening, race fans. Welcome to tonight's late night recruitment race for the original Rebel Racing League here at the virtual Richmond Raceway. I'm James East in the booth with Team Goon Squad Broadcasting, always bringing the action 1080p, 60 frames a second on the YouTube channel. As always, thanks to Brett Redder for having us out tonight for their recruitment race. Right now, single car qualifying is underway. And tonight, we're sponsored by Shappy Edit. So thank you, Kai. We're currently watching you in the number 43 machine. Looks like you may be cheesing those tires, so we're going to throw rocks after you after the broadcast. See if we can get that live timing tower fixed there. As our underpaid interns are trying to manually punch in results on live time and scoring. There we go. So we're going to see if Kai can maybe set the world's slowest qualifying time here tonight at Richmond. Maybe trying to start at the back, or maybe trying to get the most TV time he can for the number 43 machine. That Shappy sponsored machine. He's the one putting on the grand prize tonight. $15 to our race winner. Should be a good one here at Richmond Raceway as well. As a reminder to our fans, this is a recruitment race, so you can hop in real quickly. You can hop in the original Rebel Racing League Discord, ask for the password to tonight's main event. Beatings will continue until morale improves. So, a lot of love for our fans tuning in from across the world. We greatly appreciate you. Let's look at live time. And right now, it's Camper currently on top of provisional pole. Redditor's following him, just edged out by those Stringfellow. Bill Stringfellow, the number 83 machine, put down a blazing fast lap time. So we're going to see if Stringfellow is going to be the man to beat tonight. So far, it's looking good. Expecting lots of good racing here tonight. This is one of those tracks that eats up tires, so let's see if competitors can stay on top of the cars or if they're going to blow those tires out a little bit early on in the run. You can see a lot of guys really fighting this thing after we get to the lap 15-20 mark, especially if they don't save any tires. One of those tracks that really rewards smooth, consistent driving. It's not necessarily easy to go fast around here at Richmond, but you can cook your tires way too early on in the night. So, looking forward to some good action tonight. We're going to see what happens. Church finishes his. Ashby finishes his. Jason Warren, number 32 Toyota, he's going out for his hot laps. And the nice thing about tonight is a recruitment race, so points aren't on the line for these guys. Everybody gets to come out and have fun, put on a good show, and maybe try and win 15 clams at the end of this. Jason Warren, he bumps up to a 21.99 his last laps. We're going to see if he can put down a flyer here in the 32 machine. David Starwell Cornell, he's out on track number 5 machine, puts down a blaze lag. Look at that, Jason Warren with a 21.58. Destroys everyone else on top of provisional pole. So Warren puts down a really good lap time here. This man Warren destroys the leaderboard so far. Expect a lot of good runs tonight. Now, this is a recruitment race, so you may see a little bit more cautions than you're used to as they get drivers that are a little bit new out here, trying to put down some laps and impress their friends. Having a hard time pulling up live time and scoring from the last time these competitors ran as far as their point chase. Going to try to get you some statistics on who finishes where and how often. And other fun math stuff like that. Looks like qualifying's about to round out, though, and it is. Let's take it to your provisional grid for the night. Starting up front, Jason Warren, followed by Bill Stringfellow, Dakota Camper in 3rd, Brett Redder 4th, David Starwell Cornell in 5th, Jeff Hinkle in 6th, William Griffith 7th, Sam Wetstein will be starting 8th, Ryan Williams 9th, Kenneth Farmer 10th, Stephen Loving in 11th, Josh Oswald will be starting 12th tonight, Kierman Church starting 13th, Hitman Manzo, excuse me, 14th, Larry Ashby 15th, Alan Warnecki in 16th, Charlie Gates Jr. 17th, Dave Jones 18th, Kai Shapart in 19th, Eddie Smith 20th, Colton Lanford 21st, Mike Uribe 22nd, Gene Watkinson 23, Kyle Roberts 24th. And that's going to be it to round out your field for tonight. So 24 competitors take to the racetrack for 120 grueling laps here around Richmond. As always, thank you to everybody that tunes in from across the world, gives the channel a follow and a thumbs up, helps your favorite driver get their TV time, helps the channel grow, and helps the league grow. All these guys have a lot of sponsors representing them in this series, as well as other series they run in the original Rebel Racing League. So helps those sponsors get some airtime and show those guys, hey, you know what, my driver is out there representing my company. Starting on pole tonight, Jason Warren, Bill Stringfellow. That's going to be our front row. Dakota Camper, Brett Ritter will be the second row. And then David Sarwell Cornell, Jeff Hinkle will be our third row. Not quite sure what's going to happen tonight. Not sure if it's going to be a caution fest or if we're going to have some good green flag runs tonight. As we get ready for that iRacing pace car to lead our field around, you'll see the pace car in. The initial start for these drivers is on the green flag. If we do have later more restarts later on the night, that will be on the leader. But for now, all these competitors waiting for the green flag to go. Bill Stringfellow lags back a little bit behind Jason Warren. Jason Warren seemed like he wanted to get a good launch there, but may just be trying to put a little bit of heat in his tires, a little bit of braking, a little bit of gas. All eyes on Jason Warren right now. He's going to be the man who launched it. He was very, very fast in qualifying. The thing is, how long can he maintain that pace? Can he do it for 120 laps and save tires? Or is he going to use it all up in the first 10 laps? We're going to find out here at Richmond. Pace car will be in this time by pace car is in. Jason Warren waiting for that green flag to come out. Green flag is out. There they go. Warren like a rocket, but look at Stringfellow on the high line. Stringfellow in the 83 machine did not really lose any time there in the gap, but here comes Dakota Camper. He's looking down the inside. We look back in the field. There's a lot of shuffling and banging back and forth. You're watching Brett Redder in the 97 right now on the high line. To his left, he's got David Sartwell Cornell, the number 5, the green and black Ford Mustang. They're going to go 2 wide into 1. We do have a crash already. Not sure if the yellow flag is going to come out. It looks to be staying green so far. That was Sam Wetstein involved. We'll try and get you a replay on for the next caution. But right now, these guys are pushing hard. Brett Redder in a heck of a battle with David Sarwell Cornell. Cornell on the inside. Yellow flag is out. Let's see if we can get a replay of Sam Wetstein that might have caused that. So you're watching Sam Wetstein, the number 98. Looks to me like he got loose all by his lonesome. And boy, that gets exciting for traffic behind him. He edges into the 21, but manages to keep it off of the racetrack down on the apron. We had several more incidents. Gene Watkinson went off track. He was involved in that earlier incident, so hate to see Gene. Now for tonight, these competitors do have one fast repair at their disposal. After that, it is one and done. You will deal with the injuries your car has sustained. That's going to bring out the first caution. I believe that was on lap 3 it came out. Yeah, just before lap 4 clicked off. So again, thank you to Shappy Edits and Kai and all those guys over there providing tonight's purse. They do great graphic design work. They do YouTube montages. They do it all. So check them out. Shappy Edits, tonight's sponsor. You may be seeing their logo a little bit more if we keep into these yellow flags here tonight. Well, at this rate, I don't think tire wear is anything the competitors have to worry about too much. We saw a couple Couple fast laps. Jason Warren clicked off the best with a 21.87. Very close to what his qualifying time was, so not bad this early on in the run to be putting down some flying laps. So we're going to have pretty much everybody still on the lead lap. Sam Westing down a lap. Gene Watkinson down a lap. Kyle Roberts, I believe, was a DNS tonight. He did not make the grid. Jamie Dobbs, somebody else we expected to see here tonight in the number 91 machine, not able to make it. So a few of the regulars not making it out tonight, but a few new guys joining in the fray as well, so love to see it. Hopefully you'll see them at the series when the series resumes next week, Tuesday, 11 p.m. These guys are going to be running 4 points once more. Not too late to get on the season. Hop in the original Rebels Racing Discord. Join the fray with all these very talented drivers. We're going to wait for the pace car to come in. Once you see these drivers start going too wide, you know, hey, this party's about to start. Grid's going to form up. It's once going to be Warren and Stringfellow back out front. Pretty much the top 5 has not changed their position yet in this race. So you can see some of the faster guys willing to fall in single file for a little while and try and get away from the possible carnage that may be coming up behind them. Pace car is in. All eyes are on Warren and Stringfellow, your front row. There goes Warren in the number 32 Toyota with a big launch. Stringfellow in his number 83 Chevrolet also gets a great start. Dakota Camper, he's pushing hard behind him. You got Redder on the high side. David Sartwell Cornell's trying to make it stick on the low line. Sartwell Cornell does have the preferred line, so he may be able to edge out Redder here. And yellow flag is out. I believe that's fan favorite Mike Uribe involved in an incident. Ooh. Uribe and the number 77, he sees the number 43 get pinched on the high side. And what happens to Uribe here? Does he get a little bit loose by himself, or? It looked like to me like Uribe came up on the racetrack. Ooh, then Uribe hard into the wall. So, ooh, into all the walls. Uribe goes around and around and around. Really rough start for Mr. Mike tonight. It's a shame to see. Everybody loves him. He's a fan favorite, a driver favorite. Hard to say a mean thing about old Magic Mike, so hate to see him having an incident this early on. As always, guys, if you're tuning in at home, if you have a family member out there racing, a friend, a loved one, give them a shout out. We always appreciate it here, and we try and give all of our drivers as much love as we possibly can. As we're going to bring out our second caution of the night, sponsored by Shappy Edits. Trying to get something figured out here. Got Jason Warren out front, Team Peacemaker. Bill Stringfellow with the Full Throttle Racing guys. He's in second. Dakota Camper, he'll be starting third, looking absolutely dapper in that photo. Well done to Dakota. He's going to get all the right swipes from the fans out there in the crowd. And David Sarwell Cornell from New England will be in fourth. And then league admin Brett Redder will be in fifth with Arcadia Motorsports. So a lot of very familiar guys you see in the top 5 here tonight. We're going to get ready to re-rack them once again. As Jason Warren, Stringfellow, still out front, getting lots of race practice starts tonight. Colton Lanford getting a little love from his fans at home. Lanford, JVR Motorsports, he's currently in 16th. He's up 5 positions from where he started. Started 21st tonight. Not having the night that he really wanted, but starting to chip away at it, get back up there. So well done to Lanford. We're going to get ready to re-rack him again. We've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, fans, but look at Jason Warren, another great lunch. Bill Stringfellow does not give him any chance to get a hard drive here. Stringfellow all over him. Once again, they're going 2 by 2 behind him. You see Dakota Camper, David Sarwell Cornell going 2 wide. Brett Redder, William Griffith going 2 wide. Colton Lanford, the commentator's curse, he's involved in an incident, as well as Gene Watkinson. Caution's going to come back out. Let's see if we can get your Shappy Edit slow motion replay. So Lanford, the 25 machine, you see him out there on the high side. Not sure where the incident comes from here. Lanford looks like he's doing a good job holding the line. Oh, and then somebody says, hey, let's make it 3 wide. That was the 44 machine of Hitman Manzo, excuse me. Kind of clearing out poor Lanford there. So Lanford, oh, hard into the outside wall. And then you see the number 98 machine, Sam Wetstein, checks up on the brakes. He tries to woe it up. Can't do it in time. The number 77, Mike Aribe, he's into it again. Aribe already used, I believe, his fast repair for the night. So absolute carnage here at Richmond. That will bring out our third caution of the night, sponsored by Shappy Edits. Kai, thank you so much for tuning in and helping out the league. We greatly appreciate you. As Jason Warren still out front, Bill Stringfellow second, Dakota Camper third, David Sarwell Cornell will be in fourth, and William Griffith has moved up to fifth. Our top 5 swapping it up just a little bit. So far, hard charger's got to be Eddie Smith, the number 87 machine. Eddie is up 6 positions so far. Eddie racing with JC Motorsports and his number 87 sponsored Chevrolet. Doing a good job making up some ground, making it happen. Ozzie Craig giving some love to number 21 machine, Steve Lovin. Loving with a Miller Time sponsored paint scheme and his Chevrolet. So good to see him getting some love from across the whole planet, really. Getting cheering on for the Aussies. Oi, oi, oi. Let's get ready to re-rack him. Warren's been getting great starts all night in his Toyota. It's running well, but Stringfella has been glued to him in his Chevrolet. Oh, there we go. Warren gets a great start. Stringfellow glued to him. We're going to go too wide once more behind him. That's Dakota Camper on the low line. David Sarwell Cornell on the high line. Oh, and there's the number 12 with a big, big run. The number 12 is William Griffith. Live timing shows him as 18th, but with that custom paint scheme, he does not have it correct with the live timing and scoring, but that's all right. It's a recruitment race. No EOLs or penalties will be given out for that one, so no worries. A little bit more 2x2 action. That's Josh Oswald trying to take it low. Brett Redder in the Arcadian Motorsports, sponsored number 97. And Dakota Camper, he goes for a ride back off of the raceway. I think we're going to stay green here. We'll try and get a replay of that one later on. As lots of good racing all across the racetrack here. Dave Jones, he's involved in an incident, so we're going to got 2 slow motion replays for you. First one is Dakota Camper, the number 3. Gives it a little bit too more go-go juice and steps it out in the number 3. Does a good job of trying to save it before he eventually goes, all right, we're going on the grass one way or the other, and locks it up. Oh, and I see a bunch of people involved in the second crash. Let's look at this. Dave Jones in the number 14. Looks like he had to slow his line up a little bit to avoid hitting Hitman. And then Larry Ashby, not quite sure where the crash is going to develop from here. Dave Jones looked like he did a good job keeping it clear. Maybe he just steps it loose here. He does. Look at that. Back end comes out around him. And away he goes. Oh, too much. Locks it up. Bam! Into the inside wall. Look at that behind him. That's Mike Uribe throwing it sideways for the fans. Mike Uribe, oh! Almost gets tagged by the 55. All things considered, that could have been much worse for our competitors at home. Well done to Uribe for throwing it sideways for the fans and putting on a show. Jeff Paisley, he's rooting on for his friends in Arcadia Motorsports, giving them a friendly thumbs up and maybe a reminder saying, hey, don't get caught on this Shappy Edit slow motion replay as we bring out our 4th caution of the night on lap 24. Still going to be Jason Warren up front, Bill Stringfellow 2nd, David Sarwell Cornell's moved up to 3rd, and William Griffith has moved up to 4th. Josh Oswald with a huge run. He's up 7 spots into 5th place right here, so well done to Oswald. And look at this. Here's Eddie Smith. Now he's up 11 positions so far tonight in his JC Motorsports sponsored machine. So definitely some places to be made from our competitors tonight, and some positions that could definitely be lost, as we've seen a whole lot of cautions early on into this Richmond Raceway run. Say that 4 times fast, ladies and gentlemen, as we're on lap 24 out of 120. We're going to re-rack him again here for Richmond Raceway. Not a whole lot of action shuffling too much in the top 5. Redder, he's down 2 positions. He originally started in 4th. He's running 6th right now, but most importantly, he's got a clean car, which is definitely something to brag about at this point. A lot of drivers having a tough time holding on to these high horsepower machines, coupled in with a bunch of other drivers also riding around on the ragged edge. It can make for an exciting night of racing. We're going to get ready to get this party started again. Jason Warren's been great, getting amazing launches all night. Stringfellow at the disadvantage on that outside line, doing a fantastic job timing the launches with the leaders. Look at that. Oh, Warren slows down the pack just a little bit. David Sarwell Cornell gives him a little of a bumper. Didn't expect him to check up that much. That's going to allow David Sarwell Cornell to dive to the inside. Wow, Bill Stringfellow is going to lose his first position of the night. Oh man, a lot of action going on here at the racetrack. There's Brett Redder once more. He's on the outside of the number 21 machine, Steve Levin. Levin in that 21 Miller Time sponsored paint scheme, looking absolutely fantastic. And the yellow flag is out again, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be Micah Rebay taking a ride. Let's see if we can get the slow motion instant replay, sponsored by Shappy Edits. This is fan favorite Micah Rebay, number 77. Not sure what happens to old Magic Mike here. Just gets loose and sends it around. Uribe not having the night that he really wanted to, but getting plenty of TV time for his Magic Mike Motorsports sponsor number 77. Just not the way that he really anticipated. Can he keep it off the wall? Boop! Just barely. See Charlie Gates, it shows him involved in an incident. Not sure what happened there. That was odd. Maybe a time and scoring glitch the way he timed out like that. We're going to take it back up front. Jason Warren still out front. David Sarwell Cornell has moved up 3 positions. He's now in second, but that does mean he will have the outside line the restart. Bill Stringfellow, he wants to retake second place if he can get it. So I think at this point, the top 5 drivers just hoping for some green flag runs, trying to make something happen. At this point, though, they can make that fuel and they can make these tires last quite a long time. As we show, still 22 drivers on the lead lap. Not bad considering all the shenanigans that have ensued so far tonight. This Richmond Raceway, it looks deceptively easy, but man, is it not. Can it have a kind of hit you where you don't expect it out of nowhere sometimes, as we're seeing our competitors tonight having a rough go of it. Getting ready to form up the field double wide all the way back, as it should be lap 34 once they cross the line. So we're a little over a fourth of the way there. We're going to re-rack them. Pace car will be coming in this time by Jason Warren been getting great starts all night long, but now he's got David Sartwell Cornell on his door. And man, we got William Griffith Jr. in the mix, Bill Stringfellow in the mix. Look at that, Warren away like a rocket. Cornell times it just about perfect. But Stringfellow, he's got the inside line. Can he edge out William Griffith diving into turn one? He carries some speed, the number 83 machine. But will he have a place to take it? Doesn't look like he will. He'll have to be happy for fourth on this restart. Jason Warren putting on a show. He's out front and driving strong. David Sartwell Cornell in second. We know Cornell has the pace right up front consistently if the green flag will allow it. But here comes William Griffith as well in the number 12 machine. He's driving hard, trying to get up there. About to see some good racing develop up front. William Griffith getting a little bit of a shimmy. That's going to make Bill Stringfellow check up just a little bit in his 83 machine. Lose a little bit of momentum, but he'll get right back on it as they go single file around the raceway. Warren up front, Sartwell Cornell second, William Griffith Jr. and Bill Stringfellow fourth. Currently a good race going on for fifth as well. That's going to be Josh Oswald. And, oh no! That was Loving, gets a little bit loose, and he goes way down the inside. That's going to allow Josh Oswald, he's up 7 spots, up into 5th place. Behind him, Brett Redder in 6th, Eddie Smith 7th, and Alan Warnecki in 8th. A lot of good racing. The longer green flag runs you get to see here tonight, the more these drivers are going to really show off what they have. As Jason Warren, I don't know why I keep saying that tonight. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Jason Warren, he's putting on a heck of a show. He's got over a second gap to second place already. But don't discount Sartwell Cornell running in second place in his number 5 machine. Cornell, a very, very smart racer. This guy knows fuel strategies. This guy knows tire strategies. If there's anybody you can bet on to keep a long run going, it will be Cornell. Right behind him, though, the battle for third's really heating up. Bill Stringfellow is trying to hold off William Griffith. Griffith in the Ford, Stringfellow in the Chevrolet. You can see how deep Griffith really pushes into turn one there. Looked like Cornell had a bit of a moment, maybe lit up those rear tires a little bit. That's going to allow Stringfellow to get right on his rear bumper, and you might see the battle for second go into a 3-car battle here. They cross start-finish line, heading into one. Cornell still holding strong. Stringfellow backed off just a little bit there, maybe picking a different line. You're seeing Stringfellow use a little bit lower the racetrack and really carrying some speed up onto the backstretch. Look at that. Here comes Stringfellow down the inside. Sartwell Cornell running the high line, the number 5. Stringfellow, number 83, run the low line. They're 2 by 2 down the entire straightaway here. Stringfellow's got the preferred line. He's going to edge out Sartwell Cornell here. But will he have the drive to hold on to it? It looks like he does this time by. But here comes Sartwell Cornell trying to give it back to him. Looks like Stringfellow is able to put down a little bit of laps here, maybe trying to whittle away at that pretty much 2-second gap that Warren has at the moment. But let's take you back further in the field and show you some more of the great action here. Here's Eddie Smith in the 87. Eddie is up 14 positions so far. Behind him, Brett Redder, who's down 3 spots in his number 97 Arcadia Motorsports backed rig. Steve Lovin, he got a little bit of love from his fans earlier in the number 21 machine. He's currently in a battle with, I believe that's Dakota Camper, the number 3. As they hint at going too wide, the battle for 10th place also just as heated as it is anywhere on the racetrack. Lovin trying to make that low line work for him. Dakota trying to stay glued with a side draft. 2 very different lines developing here. As it looks like Lovin's still going to be riding that bottom line, not able to give the momentum to Camper that he really wants. And in front of him, that's Church and Warnecki, they're going too wide as well. So everybody's in the thick of it here tonight at Richmond. A lot of racing going on. Very good, talented drivers. Here's Warnecki in the number 72 machine. He's trying to fend off Kierman Church in the number 22 machine. You can see just how much these cars are wiggling for the drivers. It doesn't look like much from us here in the broadcast booth or for you watching at home, but let me tell you, these guys are doing everything they can to hold on to these machines on that very ragged edge of traction, trying to make something happen. A lot of good racing. I mean, you see Warnecki, he gets a little bit loose right behind him. Church gets loose too. Church doing everything he can to keep that gas pedal all the way down the floor, trying to reel in Warnecki just a little bit. But here comes Dakota Camper as well, number 3 machine. He's going to make it a 3-way battle here for 8th place. Church still on the inside. Warnecki, he's on the high line, as well as Dakota Camper, trying to get the draft out. Oh, for a second, it looks like he was going to have a run, but didn't have anything to do with it. Davy Jones, he comes into pit lane. Hitman Monzo has a little bit of an incident. He's off track. Manages to collect himself, get back out there. Some of these drivers seeing smoke and going, up. We need to check up again, and fortune favors the brave as you see Church reeling them in, making their way by lap traffic. It's very, very tight for a second. Church has to dip up a line to avoid lap traffic. That's going to allow Dakota Camper to try and get his nose back in the mix. Again, this is your battle for 8th place right now. All these guys pushing extremely hard. A lot of good racing. Look at that, Warnecki. He's starting to reel in Josh Oswald just a little bit. Oswald, the number 17 machine. But man, these guys are really, really pushing. Oh, that could be race leader. Jason Warren goes off track. Yellow flag comes out. That was your race leader. Let's get a replay of that. Jason Warren in the number 32. He's trying to get around lap traffic. That's Hitman on the left side of your screen, the number 44 machine. What happens to Jason Warren here? Looks like Manzo just cut down the track a little bit. I'm not sure. I'm going to get that one once more. But a big, big hit for both of those drivers. The race leader just out now. He's got to come and get that machine repaired. Let's see if we can get you one more replay here. Try and get the super slow-mo going. Not sure if Jason Warren went up. It sure looks to me like Manzo cut across the racetrack, and I believe he just took out your race leader. That's really, really rough. You hate to see it for Jason Warren. Was doing such a good job keeping it out there. And then a big, hard hit for Warren. So now you're going to see a lot of our drivers coming in, taking their tires. Look at the number 43, the Shappy Edit sponsor machine. Our current race leader and race sponsor, Kai, doing a great job keeping it out front. Decides, hey, I don't want to pit quite yet tonight. But that will be the Shappy Edit 6 caution of the night. A pretty good green flag run that time by. That's going to really shake things up, especially as you have some guys opting to stay out on older tires, some guys staying in. So this is where it's going to get real interesting really fast, ladies and gentlemen. Kai, he came in on lap 29. Second place, Ryan Williams, he came in on lap 22. And then Colton Lanford came in on lap 23. Behind them, a bunch of drivers with very fresh tires. 22, 23 lap newer tires. So this is when things get very dangerous. You got some guys on older tires that won't quite have the speed. And then a bunch of guys behind you that definitely have the pace. And now they've got fresh tires. This is where things can get very, very exciting. Jason Warren, I believe he's going to show in 13th after getting back out on track. Warren, just terrible luck. Still in the pits, Gene Watkinson, Micah Uribe trying to get their machines fixed after a very rough night early on. So Kai, number 43 machine, this is he's up 18 spots after electing to stay out after his early pit stop. He's up 18 spots, as well as third place Colton Lanford. Lanford, the number 25 Chevrolet, doing a good job getting up there. Kai looking dapper as always in his number 43, the Dirt Affliction team. And Ryan Williams, a Michigan native, he'll be starting on the outside for this restart. I believe it'll be lap 59 once they cross the line. We're going to wait for the pace car to come in. Pace car is in. Here we go. Let's see what Kai has. Number 43 machine gets a good launch. The number 25 machine, Colton Lanford, gets a little bit loose. Ryan Williams riding the high line. Kai, he's running the low line. Two different lines trying to make it happen. And then here comes Bill Stringfellow. Bill's got fresh tires now. He knows he has the pace to run up front. We saw him do it earlier. Oh! Looked like Kai got a little bit of a love tap in the wall. It's going to really slow down Bill Stringfellow and Brett Redder. Kieran Church, he's off track. No caution as of yet. They're going to keep it green for now. Oh, and then another one. That was the 72, I believe that's Alan Warnecki. He goes for a ride against the Shappy Edits instant replay. Number 72 machine of Warnecki. I believe he just got loose all by his lonesome. Warnecki did have fresh tires as well, so what happens is some of these guys will come out on fresh tires that are still cold and haven't really gotten them burned in yet. And that's what it looks like. Yeah, he just gets loose all by himself, tries to save it, but he realizes too late. Oh, I'm in it for a very rough ride and a very hard hit for the number 72 machine into the inside wall. Now bring out our 7th caution of the night, sponsored by Shappy Edits. As a reminder, these guys are racing for $15 here tonight. So a lot of guys hanging out. There's no points on the line, so they're allowed to race a little bit more aggressive than they would for the season. Ryan Williams, our race leader, the number 8 machine. A huge, huge blink. You can see old Hitman taking the lucky dog right now, trying to work his way back up to the lead lap. Warnecki still in the pits, Gene Watkins in the pits, Uribe in the pits. So Warnecki, if he did take a tow, I don't think he did. I think he was able to limp it into pit lane. So he is going to stay on the lead lap. Good for him getting back out there. A lot of very aggressive racing going on tonight. Colton Lanford had wheel spin on those older tires. He's going to get shuffled back to 6th after that first restart. Not the launch he wanted. pretty much everybody except Ryan Williams, the number 8 machines, on very, very fresh tires. Most of the field came in on lap about 54, but Ryan Williams, the number 8 machine, our current race leader, his last pit stop was on lap 22. And then Kai, the number 43 machine, his last pit stop was lap 29. These guys trying to make it last on a little bit older tires, trying to maintain that track position. We're going to re-rack him here again at Richmond. It'll be Ryan Williams out front, Eddie Smith starting on the outside row. Eddie does have very fresh tires. He came in on lap 54, so much fresher rubber than Ryan Williams had. It'll be interesting to see what type of launch Williams can get here. Get ready for that iRacing pace car to dip in. And then away we will go, my friends. It'll be lap 66 on the restart. So we are over the halfway point tonight. And let's see what's going to happen here. You got a lot of guys mixed in with tires, but look at Ryan Williams, gets a great launch. Does his best. He's going, you know what? No time to wait here. I'm on older tires. I got to get a little bit of a gap going on. But here comes Eddie Smith, the number 87 Chevrolet, with a huge, huge run. Shows just how important new tires are. Eddie's going to get him going into the corner here. He is. Now look at Bill Stringfellow in the 83. He wants back up front. Ryan Williams just not quite able to hold on as the yellow flag comes out again. I believe that's William Griffith Jr. involved in an incident. William Griffith Jr., he's in the 18, or shows him as an 18. I think his number is... He might be showing as the number 25? Or number 12. Live timing shows him as the 18 Ford. No, he's in the number 12. Just gets loose by himself, and around he goes. Oh, does he avoid the 21? He does. A beautiful 360 here on the straightaway. And gets himself pointed back in the right direction. As the field absolutely scatters around him, nobody wants to get collected. So now new race leader is going to be Eddie Smith, number 87. Ryan Williams doing a good job holding on to it. And the number 8 machine on older tires. And Bill Stringfellow is still in third. Brett Redder back up to fourth. Kai in the number 43 machine still sitting in fifth. As we bring out the 8th caution of the night. As a reminder, if you want to race with the original Rebel Racing League, they've got races going on almost every day of the week. Every week. You can join their Discord, check them out. At the end of the broadcast, we will show their full season schedule and when these guys are running, but you can get in on the action and come have fun with all your online friends. It's always a good time. One of the friendliest leagues I have had the pleasure of meeting. A lot of really good guys out there and very friendly to me when I hop in from the broadcast booth. Let's see what's going to happen here. This is going to keep getting spicy. There's a lot of drivers on different sets of tires trying to make it happen. Eddie Smith staying out. Ryan Williams, he came in on lap 22. He's still staying out. Bill Stringfellow also on lap 54 tires. He's going to be in the mix. So I think the guys to watch right now are definitely going to be Ryan Williams, Eddie Smith, and Bill Stringfellow. Eddie up 19 positions so far tonight. Didn't get to see much from him earlier on the race since he was battling with everybody back there, but doing a good job making his way to the front. That Black Rifle Coffee sponsored Chevrolet Camaro. To his outside will be Ryan Williams. Williams did a fantastic job that last launch despite being on very haggard tires compared to his peers around him. Williams, the only driver in the top 5 who pitted earlier than lap 54. Pretty much everybody pitted on lap 54, except in the top 10 you got Colton Lanford who pitted on lap 23. Other than that, almost the entire field pitted on that lap 54. If you see a few drivers having a later pit stop after that were involved in an incident, maybe thrown on the last set of tires, but not sure how long Mr. Ryan Williams, number 8, is going to be able to hold on to it. Because he's surrounded by a lot of fast and talented drivers with very fresh drivers. Eddie Smith, he was our Saturday Syndicate Daytona winner. Another one of the leagues here ran by the original Rebel Racing League. Here they go, though. Eddie Smith with a great run. Bill Stringfellow is going to follow in tow. He's going to get around Ryan Williams. Here comes David Sarwell Cornell. He wants back up in there as well. So just like that, poor Ryan Williams getting shuffled back just a little bit. Those older tires not quite able to hang. As these Sarwell Cornell with a big moment. Gets that number 5 machine practically sideways coming out of the corner. Manages to gather it up, but that's going to stack the field behind him, and there's a crash. Brett Redder's involved. No caution? Not quite sure what that was, but we saw it on the corner of your screen. Things getting ready to go from bad to worse, but they keep it green somehow. A lot of frustrated drivers out here tonight. This is a crash waiting to happen. They're all going 2, 3 wide. Number 59, not sure what happened there. Looks like he might have missed a shift or something. Oh, there we go. Another one. Caution will come out. 9th caution on lap 77. Not quite sure who was involved in that one. Live timing didn't show it as a crash, which was odd. But look at this. Eddie Smith and the number 87. He is up 19 spots tonight from where he originally qualified. Eddie doing a fantastic job in his Chevrolet, getting up front, making something happen. Bill Stringfellow sitting back up into second. He had to work his way through traffic after that pit cycle he decided to take. David Sartwell Cornell, he's up into third. Jason Warren, after being crashed out of the lead, he's back up to fourth in the number 32 machine. So well done to Jason Warren, doing a fantastic job getting back out there. You know, he's been driving the wheels off of that Toyota Camry. Dakota Camper came into pit lane. Alan Warnecki, he came into pit lane. But look at this, Ryan Williams, the number 8 machine. He's still staying out. His last pit stop was on lap 22. Very surprised to see the number 8 machine not taking additional tires since then. Starting to whittle away at the laps here. It's going to be about 40 to go next time they cross the line. Eddie Smith with a fantastic run. The number 87, Bill Stringfellow doing a good job keeping it clean. David Starwell Cornell moving up slow but surely, but man, Jason Warren having a roller coaster of a night. He was up front all the way to the back, and now he's going to try and get all the way back up front again. With about 40 laps to go into the race here at Richmond. A lot of good racing still left to be had. All these drivers pushing it to their absolute limit, trying to win that $15 sponsored by Shappy Edits. We're going to re-rack them once more. It'll be Eddie Smith starting on the inside. Bill Stringfellow on the high side. Behind them, David Starwell Cornell, Jason Warren, our second row. A lot of very talented drivers up here. We're going to wait for that pace car to come in and send them on their way. Pace car is in. Eddie Smith with a great launch, but Bill Stringfellow times it just right. Oh, it's tight up here at front. Eddie Smith run the high line, or the low line. Bill Stringfellow run the high line. David Starwell Cornell, he wanted the mix of it as well. That's going to edge out Jason Warren just a little bit. But Warren, we know he has the pace right up front as we have another yellow flag. Not quite sure who that was. That looked like it was Manzo. No? Wasn't the old Hitman this time. Let's see as they approach the carnage, maybe see who that was. Maybe the number 98? It looked like that gold car spinner ride. Dave Jones involved in an incident. I think it was Dave Jones. Trying to get the replay here. No, it wasn't Jones. Who's up ahead of him here? I think live timing and scoring's having a bit of a stroke. We're hearing 44 and 12 was involved. Interesting. Not quite sure where the incident was. Let me try once more. And if that doesn't work, not quite able to capture the crash on that one. As we bring out the 10th caution of the night, sponsored by Shappy Edits. We're being told it could have been the number 12 involved in the incident, but unfortunately the number 12 is running an alternative number here tonight, so it's a little bit harder to find them. These drivers have a little bit more leeway with their machines as far as paint schemes go. Let's see. There we go. There we go. Good call. Redder gets a little bit of a shove from the number 23 machine, goes for a wild ride. That's 23 of Jeff Hinkle involved. Number 12 of William Griffith goes high, just tries to avoid it. So as far as crashes go, I think that could have been a little bit worse. Everybody does a good job holding on to it, especially Redder in the number 97. Just gets a little bit of a shove and causes that incident. Does a good job holding on to it and keeping it out there. Eddie Smith still going to be out front, number 87. Bill Stringfellow in second. David Sarwell Cornell in third. Now Sarwell Cornell will have that inside line, but Jason Warren at number 32 Toyota, he's out for blood. He knows he has the pace. He hasn't been able to get any good runs going here. But I guess to his favor, all those cautions did allow him to slowly wake his way up. Here we go. Eddie Smith's going to stack the field up just a little bit, and away he goes. Bill Stringfellow doing a fantastic job timing those starts tonight, but here comes David Sarwell Cornell getting a great launch going into turn one. Bill Stringfellow is going to get pushed to the high line, going to lose his momentum here a little bit, and Jason Warren back up front. He's currently sitting in third. He'll have the preferred line going into the corner here. Now let's see, can Warren... Oh no, another big incident. Dakota Camper involved. Dave Jones, Hitman, Kai, Alan Wernicke. Oh, it's the big one. Here we go. So look at Dakota Camper. He's the number 3 on the right side of your screen here. Has a big run. Nowhere to put it. As they hint at going 3 wide. That's, oh no, it's right in front of it. Manzo gets tagged by a little bit, I think, from Wernicke in the 72. Oh, drifts up into the racetrack. The 25 gets collected. Oh, the carnage. Lost a lot of good cars on that one, ladies and gentlemen. The Do Right Incorporated car of Ryan Williams. He's getting some love from his fans at home. Williams currently up 4 spots. He still has not pitted since his initial pit on lap 22, so Ryan Williams still out on substantially older tires than the competitors around him at this point. He was running up front. He's worked his way just a little bit to the back, but at this point, if he can just keep his tires underneath him and keep chugging along, he's looking pretty good for a top 5, if not a top 10 finish, as a lot of drivers are going to come into pit lane and try and get some fresh forward Goodyears and fuel on their race machines. But right now, Eddie Smith, the man of the hour, the number 87 machine, he's up 19 spots, doing his best to fight off very fast drivers. David Sarwell Cornell, Jason Warren, Bill Stringfellow, all in the mix up here. A lot of very talented drivers. These are guys you can trust to push very hard without spinning you around or causing an incident. So let's see how things develop here. On average, we're getting about 8.2 laps per caution. So these drivers are kind of planning on things accordingly, knowing, all right, I've got at least this many cautions before I really need fuel. Some of these guys are going to try and stretch it out as long as they possibly can. but tire wear is going to be the issue. Guys like Eddie, who did finally come into pit lane. Ryan Williams is somebody else who's out there gambling on tires, trying to say, you know what, track position is more important at this point. I'm running a top 5. If I can stay out here and avoid the carnage, it's a better chance of finishing top 5 than coming in, taking tires, and having to work through the madness. So a little bit of race strategy from all of our competitors here tonight, as it'll be lap 94 once they cross the line. Eddie Smith's been getting fantastic launches. David Sarwell Cornell not in his preferred line on the high line. That's our top row. Behind them, Jason Warren, Bill Stringfellow. Again, very, very talented drivers. There goes Eddie Smith. Gets a great launch. He's going to be able to hold the speed going into one. David Sarwell Cornell all over him. Oh, they're driving in deep, and they're going 3-4 wide behind him. Look at him go. Right now, Eddie Smith out front. Sarwell Cornell second. Jason Warren third. Bill Stringfellow fourth. Ryan Williams still holding on to fifth. So very respectable push from Williams, especially on those older tires. About to see some great racing up front. You're watching Jason Warren, number 32 machine. He's trying to chase down David Sarwell Cornell. All these guys hoping for a green flag run, but look at that. Bill Stringfellow, he's eyeing against the number 32 machine. We have a crash from Sam Wetstein. Not sure if we're going to see the caution come out here. But now you get to showcase our top drivers doing what they do best, and that's driving the wheels off here at Richmond. A lot of smoke on the racetrack. Sam Wetstein was able to get into pit lane, so we should stay green here. Oh, Cornell with a big moment. Number 5 machine gets very, very loose. That's going to slow down his drive. That's going to allow Jason Warren to maybe take a peek on the inside here. He does. He gets on his bumper, not quite on the inside of him. Let's see how much speed he can carry. But all these guys on the very ragged edge of traction, battling hard for your top positions. Eddie Smith, he's getting a chance to breathe. He's got about a second gap between himself and third place. Jason Warren, Sartwell Cornell, we know he's got good long-run potential. Yellow flag is out. It's going to be Larry Ashby, Dakota Camper involved. Larry Ashby, the number 34 machine on the high line. Dakota Camper, he's the number 3. Let's see what causes this party to start. So far, so good. They're too wide. Every driver's got a lane. No worries. Dakota Camper's got a little bit of damage. Oh, just like that. It just takes one moment to move your car half a lane, and around they go. Dakota, oh, both drivers really taking some hits here. Number 43 of Kai does a good job avoiding it. He's going to get back out there. Current objective for these drivers, survive. One of our viewers has a great question. How much tires did Jason Warren burn up making his way up to the front? But if Ryan Williams, the number 8 machine's any indicator, Williams is still running 5th place, and his last pit stop was on 22. So, I mean, tire wear is definitely going to play a factor. You can see how much faster the top 3 are than Ryan Williams right now, but if 21 laps to go, it'll be about 19 to go once they cross the line for the restart. Not sure how things are going to develop with tire wear with these very short green flag runs. They have a chance to cool them off, go back out there. But I think it's going to end up just being a series of bloodbaths, trying to make our way closer to the finish line. It's going to be 12th caution, 12 laps to go. As Richmond Raceway has all sorts of new rubber laid down from drivers spinning, crashing, sliding. It's been a rough night for a lot of these guys, but not Eddie Smith and the number 87. Eddie's still up 19 positions from where he started. We saw him stack the field up just a little bit on that restart, trying to make those 2nd and 3rd and 4th place guys battle it out. It seemed to be working for him. He had over a second gap to 2nd place in that last run. Eddie Smith, no stranger to win it again. He did win it on the Saturday Send It at Daytona Raceway. So Eddie knows how to run up front, but he's got to be thinking, man, if we're gonna have this many cautions, is it gonna be like a series of heat races at this point? Just everybody battling their heart out and trying to keep their cars clean. I think tire wear's got to be the least of their concern. They're just trying to stay away from the carnage. But it will be Eddie Smith starting on the inside. David Sarwell Cornell starting on the high side in his number 5 Ford Mustang. Jason Warren starting in third on the inside in his Toyota. And then Bill Stringfellow will be on our second row on the high side. So again, a lot of fast guys doing a fantastic job, racing hard. We saw a few big moments on that last run where these guys were able to collect it, get back out there, and maintain the pace. Pace car will be in next time by. It'll be 17 to go for the restart. Historically, we will have at least one more caution before the end of this race, most likely two. These guys have got to be playing on track vision as well, going, all right, for the next caution, how can I position myself on my preferred line? If you like run the high line, you got to be in an even numbered ranking right here. And if you prefer the low line, you know you've got to be an odd number as far as your track position goes. All eyes are on Eddie Smith, the 87 of Eddie Smith. It's a tongue twister right there for you. He's been getting great launches, but David Sartwell Cornell, he's running the high line. He's going to try and time it just right. It looks like he does. Eddie Smith gets a great launch. Sartwell Cornell is going to run a little bit more of a swoopy line, trying to carry some speed here. But look at Jason Warren making his way back up to the front. Tries to get alongside of Sartwell Cornell. He looks like he almost does. Has to check up. He had the run. Let's see if he can do it again this time by, or if he's going to have to wait a lap, build up his momentum. But every time these guys are battling for second and third, that's going to allow Eddie Smith in 87 to get a little bit of a gap on his competitors and friends. Jason Warren had a little bit of a run. I don't think he's going to do anything with it this time. Crash happened on the racetrack. Dave Jones involved. Green flag still out. We see Jason Warren trying to set up Cornell here, just not quite able to make it happen. Cornell pushed a little bit wide. That may allow Warren to get down the low line. Warren gets a little bit loose, holds on to it, loses a little bit of momentum. Here he comes. He's on the inside. David Sartwell Cornell. This is the pass for second. Both of these cars have got to be getting a little bit tight at this point. They hold on to it. They go side by side as they cross the start-finish line. But here comes Jason Warren. Is he going to get himself clear going into one? Looks like he does. Gets a little bit loose on the exit, but holds on to it. Oh, the battle for second really shaking up. Jason Warren moved back up into second. He was our race leader for the longest time. They got collected with lap traffic. David Sartwell Cornell, he's up 2 spots. Bill Stringfellow currently running in fourth. He's down 2 spots from where he originally started, the number 83 machine, but he sees a podium spot right in front of him. It is his to take. It's 13 to go. Both Jason Warren, David Sartwell Cornell getting a little bit loose. Each trying to pressure their competitors, trying to make a mistake happen here. More smoke in the pit lane. That was Dave Jones making his way into pit lane saying, hey, you know what? 12 laps to go. Let's just try and get out of the way here for a second. Oh, look at that. That's Church. He's in the mix of it too. So Church moving his way up into fourth. Not sure if he's going to be able to hold it. Sartwell Cornell goes to the low line. Stringfellow running the middle line. They're 2 wide, battling for 4th place right now. Church, the number 22 machine, doing his best to stay side by side with Cornell. Cornell's a very fast driver, but maybe having tire fall off issues here. As Jason Warren, he's got about a half-second gap between himself and race leader Eddie Smith. Eddie Smith doing a dominant performance tonight here in the 87. Again, up 19 spots from where he originally started tonight. It's 10 laps to go. Can we keep it green to the end, ladies and gentlemen? These race leaders are hoping so. These guys want to race. Eddie Smith, he definitely wants the green. He's doing a good job keeping the 87 up front. Jason Warren, he's about 0.4 seconds back, and he's closing it down, 0.3. Diving in deep, trying to make some time on Eddie Smith. Warren, he feels like that spot is his after he ran up front for so long tonight. 9 laps to go. It'll be 8 to go once they cross the line. Can Jason Warren reel in Eddie Smith? Still about a 0.3 to a 0.4 second gap. They're going back and forth. Charlie Gates Jr., he goes off track. A little bit of blinking from the iRacing services there, but we look like we're okay. Oh, we got problems on the racetrack. Something's going on with the servers tonight. No idea what's happening, ladies and gentlemen. That's a very odd problem. Jason Warren still trying to reel in Eddie Smith. It's about a 0.4 second gap now. What on earth is happening here, ladies and gentlemen? I've never seen a problem like that happen. I'm not sure where the issue lies. I almost think it's an iRacing issue. We've got about 350 megabits per second down, so not quite sure what's holding up the internet here. Internet speed's still good, but everything else is kind of freezing up on us. Very, very odd. I mean, live timing froze. What an interesting issue. I've never seen the iRacing stuff itself have problems. We've seen the broadcaster error and everything else, so not quite sure what's happening. So we are getting reports from race leader or race admin Brett Redder that a bunch of drivers have been removed from the field. So I believe it is an iRacing issue going on here. Tell you what, we're going to roll to a quick commercial break or a pause here, see if we can figure out what's going on, but looks to me like we've got an iRacing rainout where the iRacing servers have, in professional terms, crapped the bed. So we'll be right back after a quick pause. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you can hear me out there, we did get reports from the race admin, Brett Redder. There was an iRacing rainout. A large portion of the field did get booted, so something happened with the iRacing servers. First time I've ever seen a proper iRacing rainout. So a very odd problem to see here tonight. So that is going to be the checkered for the race. They are going to call it here. We're going to get your unofficial results because things were shaken up so bad. It is going to be Eddie Smith scoring in the number 1 spot, Bill Stringfeld the number 2, and Kieran Church the number 3. So we're going to try and get Eddie up to the broadcast booth, maybe do a little post-race interview for him. We appreciate you guys at home sticking here with us. We did get reports from somebody on the pit wall that someone must have ARCA braked into the server building. Hate to see it. We're going to try and get Eddie Smith up here in the waiting room. Try and get his post-race interview. Eddie did a fantastic job. Hate to see the race get called like that. So many talented drivers. Kind of get shorted a little bit, but right now we've got race winner by the first ever iRacing rainout that I've ever broadcasted, Eddie Smith. Eddie, you read me?
I got you.
Eddie, have you ever seen anything like that?
No, I've not. That was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
I've heard about it happening in the Coca-Cola series, the Pro Series, where they lost a lot of drivers due to some weird server issues. But first one I've ever broadcasted, and I mean I hate to see the race end like that. There's so many talented drivers starting to crawl their way back up front, and then just terrible luck from outside sources.
Yeah, Jason got in some trouble, and he had made his way up through the field, and he was running me down. So I was looking forward to a really fun finish there, but it just sucks that happened. But um, it seemed to be the way the race kind of went with 12 cautions. So
Yeah, it was an absolute bloodbath. Is the car just so hard to drive here at Richmond, or was it people mixing up tire strategies, or what was it from your point of view that caused so many cautions here tonight?
Um, it's really the setup's really tight in the corner in the middle, and then it's when you put the power down, it gets loose. So you have to really back up the corner because what happens is you get a little tight, and then you just try to gas it up, and it will gas up and just spins out. So I think that's probably most of it. Just it was super loose off the corner. You had to keep the rear tires on the asphalt coming off the corners. If you did it for a couple laps and heated them up, you'd be so loose you couldn't save it. So I think it was just a combination of just a really tight entry and a loose exit.
Now, Eddie, I know you're going back to back here with the Send It Saturday Daytona. Are we gonna see you next week in the Tuesday late night series, trying to win some more?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Uh, this was kind of a fun race, like a recruitment race. So I just wanted to hop in and just have a good time with people and try to meet some new guys and bolster the field a little bit. So we'll see.
Well, it seemed like it worked out well for you, Eddie. Before we let you go, anybody you'd like to thank tonight?
No, I don't. Just thanks for broadcasting. Thanks for the guys putting the series on. Thanks all the Rebel guys. It's a lot of fun. Just hate that a couple issues happened there that kind of messed up a good race. Not by anybody's fault, but was just looking forward to it. So, but yeah, just thank all the Rebels guys.
Well, Eddie, always a pleasure. We hope to see you up here in the post race podium spot more often in the future, my friend.
All right, thanks, James.
All right, up next in the broadcast booth, we got Kieran Church bringing it home in third after a wild night. Kieran, you read me?
Gotcha.
Kieran, what a night, my friend. What was it like from your point of view in the driver's seat?
Well, I saw all angles. I went to the back, to the front. Like I was, and it was just an interesting night. Went in with 0 practice laps. I went first full lap was in qualifying, so it's kind of a shocker when I hit a race and it was as loose as it was coming off the turns.
Well, Kieran, you did a great job. You kept the car relatively clean despite the absolute bloodbath we saw out there. Are you feeling good about going into the series next week, or are you just happy to get a third and go back to your other leagues here with inside the original Rebel Racing League?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot next week and see how I do. Not much of a cup car guy, but I'm sure I'll figure it out and have fun with it with these guys.
Well,
It's gonna be fun either way.
oh, you hit the nail on the head. A lot of fun, a lot of good drivers out here. Kieran, before we let you go, anybody you'd like to thank tonight?
I want to thank all the guys that put on this late night race, you for broadcasting, and then I got my teams at CGE, our team sponsors with Maconi Setup Shop, Martin Sports Apparel. Then we have my sponsors with Pavement Marking LLC and Orange Shoes Production and Shenandoah Shine as well.
Well, awesome, Kieran. Always a pleasure talking to you, and we hope to see you soon, my friend.
Hope to talk to you next week. Thanks.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us here tonight for the original Rebel Racing League late night series. Tonight was a fun recruitment race, but check them out in the future. Always a lot of fun stuff going on. And we look forward to seeing you next Tuesday, where we're going to be broadcasting their event as we go back to the points chase for the late night series. As always, I'm James East, bringing it to you live, 1080p, 60 frames a second, on behalf of Team Goon Squad Broadcasting. And a major thanks to everybody at the original Rebels Racing League for having us out here. We'll see you guys next week.